but statistically, NaLyssa Smith has been the worst player in the WNBA this year. And people are like, oh, injuries, the lowest plus minus. No, the Chicago Sky are garbage with or without her. Statistically, NaLyssa Smith is the worst player.
The WNBA has seen many cautionary tales, but few as striking as NaLyssa Smith's dramatic decline after leaving the Indiana Fever. What was supposed to be a new beginning alongside her girlfriend DJ Carrington with the Dallas Wings has instead become a stark lesson in how swiftly a player's true character can emerge once the spotlight dims. Her career trajectory took a sharp downturn, exposing vulnerabilities and revealing that sometimes changing scenery isn't enough to mask underlying issues. Smith's story serves as a reminder of how fragile fame and confidence can be.
For both players, just what were your main takeaways from this, the game today?
I think, like you said, we're headed in the right direction. We just got to put a couple more pieces together, but I think it'll all work out. We got 40 games left, so there's no need to panic.
Smith's underwhelming performances and seeming indifference to team success have confirmed many of the criticisms Fever fans once directed at her. Meanwhile, Indiana's growth has been evident, especially with Sophie Cunningham stepping up to genuinely support Caitlin Clark. NaLyssa Smith's career after leaving the Fever serves as a cautionary story for players who confuse personal opportunity with true team commitment. Her struggles highlight how neglecting team dynamics and chemistry can derail a promising career, emphasizing that individual talent alone isn't enough for sustained success.
NaLyssa Smith is becoming a nightmare. It's quickly becoming a nightmare for the Wings. And I don't think it's fair to say she's becoming a nightmare. It is what she is. Smith. She's the worst defender I've ever seen in pro basketball.
During her stint with the Fever, Smith portrayed herself as a contributor, but consistently failed to offer the support and protection that a once-in-a-generation talent like Caitlin Clark deserved. Her time in Indiana was characterized by a pattern of behavior that became more apparent to those paying close attention beyond the box scores, as Clark was transforming the franchise into a cultural phenomenon, filling arenas and elevating women's basketball to new heights. Smith appeared more focused on going through the motions rather than truly committing to team success. Her lack of dedication underscored a disconnect between individual effort and team priorities.
I'm not expecting much from her this year, and the Fever or the Wings fans have already turned on her. I think they've realized, you know what, it's no longer just the Fever was not the right place, Stephanie White was not the right coach. There are obvious flaws in her game that, unless she is the number one option, I don't know how much longer she lasts in the league.
The tipping point arrived when reports emerged alleging that Smith betrayed team trust by leaking Indiana's play calls to rival players, including her girlfriend, DJ Carrington. This was not just poor judgment, but a serious breach of the fundamental trust essential for team success. While Caitlin Clark was dedicating herself fully to every game, Smith was reportedly undermining the very strategies meant to help the team succeed. Her actions were especially damaging because they compromised the integrity of the team's efforts and strategies. What made Smith's behavior particularly troubling was her failure to stand up for Clark during the intense scrutiny and physical challenges she faced in her rookie season. Great teammates understand that supporting their star player extends beyond on-court efforts. It's about fostering an environment of trust and protection. Protecting your teammate, especially a rising superstar, means creating a space where excellence can thrive without constant worry about betrayal or betrayal's aftermath. Smith's actions ultimately undermined the very foundation of team unity and success.
I'm seeing is some of the aggression, the fight, we're not going to stand up for the nonsense this year. I loved seeing that after the first two games. When I think back to last season, when I think back to a few instances where, you know what, the team looked like they had some fight. The team looked like they had some fire. They didn't look like a bunch of push-ups.
If you are enjoying, please subscribe. Drafted second overall in 2022, Smith arrived in the league with high expectations, coming from Baylor University, where she averaged 22.1 points and 11.5 rebounds as a senior. Her rookie season with the Fever averaging 13.1 points and 7.7 rebounds per game indicated a player on the rise, capable of becoming a star. However, her defensive impact, measured by win shares, declined sharply from 1.4 in her rookie year to just 0.7 by 2024. This decline paralleled growing fan criticism over her lack of effort in setting hard screens and fighting through picks to shield Clark, especially as Clark faced intense double teams and physical defenses. Smith often appeared disengaged during crucial defensive rotations, leaving Clark vulnerable to aggressive opponents. Her decision to seek a trade to the Dallas Wings in 2025, reportedly to reunite with Carrington, exposed her misplaced priorities. The timing was particularly damaging, coming during Clark's historic rookie season, when the Fever's attendance surged by 189%. Internal sources indicated Smith had become resentful of the media spotlight on Clark. In her final months with Indiana, her efficiency plummeted, with her field goal percentage dropping from 49.3% in 2023 to 41.2% by April 2024, highlighting a disappointing decline in performance.
The former Fever player that apparently is predicted by everyone who doesn't know basketball to be a starting five member of the Dallas Wings does not appear to be in the starting five, or based on their practice in the even first couple of subs off the bench rotation.
Smith's performances in Dallas have mirrored the passive approach that frustrated Indiana fans throughout her time there. Instead of fighting for loose balls, diving for steals, and sacrificing her body for the team, Smith often appears to prioritize her own safety and comfort over collective success. This mindset becomes especially evident when compared to the relentless effort and dedication shown by players who truly understand what it means to compete at the professional level. The most disappointing aspect of Smith's Dallas stint has been her failure to display the leadership and maturity expected of veteran players. Rather than leveraging her experience to mentor younger teammates or serve as a steadying presence during challenging moments, she seems more focused on maintaining her personal comfort. This attitude has hindered her ability to contribute meaningfully to team cohesion and growth, raising questions about her commitment to the team's overall success and her capacity to lead by example.
There are times where I don't blame NaLyssa Smith, but there are also times where I'm like, you can't expect minutes. She's just not good enough. She's not good enough. She is directly responsible for about 12 points conceded. She scores 6. I would assume that she is a net.
The Indiana Fever's decision to replace Smith with Sophie Cunningham has emerged as one of the most impactful personnel moves in recent WNBA history, highlighting the stark contrast between a player who prioritizes team chemistry and one who views basketball as solely a personal pursuit. Cunningham's arrival has reshaped the Fever's team dynamics, offering Clark the reliable and dedicated support system that championship-intending teams need. Her approach to the game embodies qualities that Smith's tenure lacked: intensity, accountability, and an unwavering focus on team success, demonstrated in every possession. While Smith appeared content to drift through games without making significant contributions when it mattered most, Cunningham attacks each opportunity with purposeful aggression that elevates her teammates' performances. Her relentless drive creates a competitive environment where stars can truly thrive, fostering a culture of accountability and energy that has revitalized the team's outlook and performance.
We're seeing someone like the likes of Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham gets thrown to the ground by Kiki Iriafin. Fever girls got targets on their back. Just comes with the territory. Just comes with the territory. It's up to us to be. We might have a target on our back. Doesn't mean we're gonna sit there and let you take shots repeatedly. You take shot, you better not miss. If you hit me when I'm down, make sure I'm not gonna get back up. Because when I get back up, we're gonna have something to speak about. We're gonna have something to talk about. This isn't the same Fever from last year. Sophie, loved what I'm seeing.
The difference in defensive mentality between Smith and Cunningham has been highly apparent. While Smith often appeared hesitant to engage fully in the physical side of the game that separates elite competitors from casual players, Cunningham actively embraces contact and confrontation, recognizing that protecting teammates, particularly a franchise star like Clark, is fundamental to professional basketball. Her willingness to take charges, challenge shooters, and make disruptive plays has given Clark a sense of security that allows her to concentrate solely on her offensive talents. Cunningham's basketball IQ and court awareness have also proven to be considerable upgrades over Smith's often puzzling and inconsistent decision-making. While Smith sometimes seemed out of sync with the team's offensive flow and defensive rotations, Cunningham processes the game with veteran instincts that elevate everyone around her. Her ability to anticipate plays, communicate effectively, and make the kind of winning plays that might not always show up in stat sheets has transformed Indiana's team chemistry and cohesion. Perhaps most revealing is their differing approaches to leadership and accountability. Smith's departure highlighted a pattern of behavior suggesting she viewed basketball as an individual pursuit rather than a team effort. Her willingness to prioritize personal relationships over team strategies demonstrated a fundamental misunderstanding of professional sports demands. Conversely, Cunningham exemplifies leadership through consistent effort, accountability, and a focus on collective success. Her presence has revitalized the team's culture, emphasizing unity, resilience, and selflessness, elements essential for sustained success in the
All right, so Sophie Cunningham really shined with Caitlin Clark out, and she is going to be an absolute steal for the Indiana Fever because not only does she bring a level of toughness and tenacity that the team needed, and of course, you know, they brought other players in who bring a little bit of that as well, the vets in Bonner and Howard, but there's a certain level of spiciness with Sophie Cunningham, but she's also the best perimeter playmaker on the team outside of Caitlin Clark.
In contrast, Cunningham has fully embraced the responsibility of being Clark's primary support, recognizing that her role extends well beyond personal stats or individual recognition. She consistently displays a selfless mindset vital for championship-caliber teams, willingly making tough plays and accepting whatever role best benefits the team's overall success. This attitude has fostered a culture where team achievement takes precedence over individual accolades within the Fever organization. The difference in leadership styles has been especially noticeable in how the team handles adversity and high-pressure situations. Under Smith's tenure, the Fever often lacked the internal accountability and mutual support necessary to overcome challenging moments. Since Cunningham's arrival, the team has developed a more resilient identity, with players actively supporting each other during tough stretches and maintaining focus on collective goals rather than personal frustrations. Smith's behavior during her transition out of Indiana has also exposed troubling aspects of her character that were previously less apparent. Off-court incidents, such as a reported altercation involving shoving during an international game, suggest difficulties in maintaining professional standards outside the structured environment provided by the Fever. These episodes have only reinforced the belief that Indiana made the right decision to part ways with a player whose priorities appeared misaligned with the team's championship ambitions. Cunningham's leadership and commitment to team success stand in stark contrast to Smith's recent actions, highlighting the importance of professionalism, accountability, and a team-oriented mindset in pursuing sustained success.
Because NaLyssa Smith is no longer with the Indiana Fever, and guess what? She's with the Dallas Wings. Oh, good luck with that.
The transformation of the Indiana Fever after Smith's departure has been remarkable, illustrating how removing a destabilizing influence can unlock the full potential of an entire team. The players' improved chemistry, increased defensive intensity, and more cohesive offensive execution have contributed to a style of play that highlights Clark's exceptional talents while giving role players opportunities to surpass expectations. Clark's own performance has noticeably elevated, with Cunningham as her primary support, emphasizing how the psychological impact of having dedicated teammates cannot be overstated. The confidence that comes from knowing teammates will consistently hustle, fight for loose balls, and prioritize team success over personal comfort has allowed Clark to play with greater freedom and creativity. This shift has been especially evident in high-pressure moments, where Clark's decision-making has become sharper and her leadership more impactful. Overall, the team's renewed cohesion and trust have transformed their approach, positioning the Fever as a more formidable and unified contender.
One thing this Indiana Fever team has shown us they will do this year is not quit on the game. The Indiana Fever, down early, come back, take the lead. Down late, come back, take the lead. The only difference between tonight's outcome and Tuesday's outcome is 11.
The Fever's defensive identity has undergone a remarkable overhaul since Cunningham's arrival. Previously, the team struggled to sustain consistent energy and effective communication on defense, issues partly rooted in Smith's inconsistent effort levels. Now, the team plays with a heightened sense of connectivity and purpose that closely aligns with Cunningham's own approach to the game. This defensive transformation has not only limited opponents' scoring opportunities, but has also generated more transition chances for Clark, fueling the team's fast break offense. Additionally, this shift has fostered a new level of confidence across the roster, built on the collective effort and unwavering commitment to team success. Equally significant has been the change in organizational culture. Younger players and newcomers now enter an environment where high professional standards and a genuine team-first mentality are consistently modeled, rather than sporadically demonstrated. This cultural foundation establishes a sustainable framework for long-term success, ensuring that future roster additions are expected to meet established standards rather than adapt to inconsistent behaviors. The contrasting trajectories of NaLyssa Smith's career post-Indiana highlight that talent alone is insufficient without strong character and commitment. Her struggles in Dallas, coupled with the Fever's ongoing improvement, serve as a compelling case study of how team chemistry and individual dedication directly influence organizational success. Smith's apparent regret over her decision to leave Indiana has become increasingly apparent as she observes her former team thrive, while her own career stagnates in an environment where her lack of genuine competitive fire has become difficult to conceal. This evolution underscores the critical importance of culture, effort, and character in building a winning team.
Oh, and it wasn't until Cunningham got into the game that they got an injection of life. You know, Cunningham is able to shoot the ball from deep. She can score in that way, of course. She's strong, can finish through contact, and she's able to set others up, not to mention the fact that she moves without the basketball. So all of those things were big stories for the Fever in this game with Sophie Cunningham once she came in out there. And it was really her playmaking, I think, that shined above all.
The contrast between Smith's approach and Cunningham's dedication has underscored the vital role of character assessment in building successful WNBA rosters. While Smith possessed the necessary physical attributes and fundamental basketball skills to compete at the professional level, her failure to adopt the selfless, team-first mentality ultimately rendered her more of a liability than an asset. Cunningham's willingness to prioritize collective success over individual recognition has not only improved the Fever's overall performance, but also established a model for how role players can support and maximize the talents of generational stars like Clark. For the league as a whole, Smith's experience offers an important lesson about the significance of genuine team commitment versus superficial participation. As the WNBA continues to expand and attract broader attention, the distinction between players who truly uphold professional standards and those who merely go through the motions will become increasingly evident to fans, media, and team executives alike. Smith's career serves as a cautionary tale about the long-term repercussions of valuing personal comfort over professional growth. Conversely, Cunningham's success exemplifies the rewards that come from understanding what it truly means to be a committed professional athlete in today's competitive landscape. Her journey highlights the importance of character, effort, and sacrifice in building a sustainable and winning culture in the league. If you enjoyed leaving a like and subscribing, more videos are on the screen now.